And while you're weighing in on that conversation, you might want to get yourself ready to weigh some of the ingredients that we're about to use in today's recipe, which is inspired by the crunchy taste and sunflower seeds that you get in the fruits of the forest with cereal. Now, we're making a sunflower seed bread loaf with a sweet honey twist. And here to show us how to do it, Teresa Ouliette. Always a pleasure to have you in the kitchen. Welcome. Happy Monday to you.
Yes, you too.
Very excited for this recipe. I mean, I've really gotten inspired by the making of bread in the kitchen as one of those staples. And if you can give it a bit of a twist, so much the better. So where do we find ourselves with this recipe right now?
So we're going to make our dough. We've got a lovely twist today with the oats and the sunflower seeds, so it adds lovely flavor, texture. Just an example of something you can do. Right,
yes.
So we're going to start with our yeast mixture. So I've got lukewarm water in the bowl.
Very important.
Not cold, not boiling hot, somewhere in between.
Yeah. Okay.
So add your yeast and then add your honey. And you're going to just basically mix that up and let it stand for about 5 minutes.
I'll help you
just
with that.
yes, we can do that. Just give that a good mix.
So this is going to be the sweet twist to our bread. Now, when you're mixing it, are you looking, because I mean, I see that the yeast is forming little lumps.
That's right. You'll see it'll start clumping together. It'll start looking a bit frothy, and then you know that it's activating and it's doing its thing.
Okay.
But if you leave it to stand, then it'll be perfect.
By the way, I understand that when you pour boiling hot water or yeast into boiling hot water, you kill the yeast effectively, and so it doesn't have any effect. What happens when it's in on the opposite side of the spectrum, icy cold water?
It needs that bit of warmth just to kind of wake it up and get it going.
So then it wouldn't have woken, so it would still not have the effect that you want. Okay.
So the way I do it is I use my finger to test it. So if you put your finger in and you can't keep your finger in because it's so hot, then you know it's too hot. You should be able to comfortably put your fingertip in. And
good.
That's very well mixed.
Looking good, okay.
All right, so we've got bread flour and whole wheat flour in the bowl. I'm going to add a bit of salt.
Okey-dokey.
And then our delicious addition, sunflower seeds.
Good.
And our oats.
Any other alternative flours you could use if you were looking for a different kind of texture?
You can use an ordinary cake flour. That'll give you a softer, lighter loaf.
Okay.
I like using the whole wheat because it gives it a nutty flavour and texture.
Lovely.
But it can have a tendency to get a little bit dry if you use it on its own. So
Okay.
combine it with something else. All right, do you want to pop that in there for me?
Do we go slowly or can we go all in?
You can go slowly just to make sure that it's not too wet. I've added some melted butter as well.
There we go.
Which is great for flavour.
Oh, yes.
And we love the butter.
More butter, more better, as they say. There you go.
And mix that in.
And I'm assuming at some point you're going to get your hands involved
I'm going to have to start kneading, yeah.
Excellent stuff.
I don't mind doing it.
I wasn't squirming away from the task, no worries. But of course, we are making a beautiful loaf, as you can see here, but with a sweet twist, and it is inspired by our Clover Fruits of the Forest Yoghurt-Based Dairy Snack, which has a beautiful creamy taste to it, and a crunchy fruits that are in it make it a source of 10 vitamins. And Clover's new range of Fruits of the Forest with cereals has specifically selected cereal mixes containing oats and granola and sunflower seeds for a crunchy taste experience. So it's basically, if we're making it like this, it's like having your breakfast in a loaf.
Absolutely. It's a great idea. Also, if you have the same thing every single day and you think, oh, I want to change it up. And it freezes beautifully as well. So if you make this on the weekend, slice it up, pop it in your freezer, then you can just put it straight in the toaster.
Wonderful. You can SMS the keyword Clover to 33728 to receive the list of the ingredients as well as a link to the recipe on your phone. So what kind of consistency are you looking for?
So you want it to be soft but not sticky.
Okay.
So if it's a little bit dry, add some warm water. And if it's a little bit wet, you can add a little bit more flour, and you're just going to knead it together into a lovely, soft, stretchy dough.
And I see that you kind of have left it with a little bit of dry flour to it, because there's obviously some residual moisture in the center that flour will mix with. So you don't want to rush it too much.
Yeah.
Rather add
slow,
more water
enjoy
later
the process,
on.
have a bit of stress relief.
Is there a specific technique when it comes to kneading dough?
I think you just have to put your back into it, and don't be shy. Just
like a
go
rhythm
for it. Yeah, exactly. Put some music on. Get some friends to help you.
About 120 BPM should work quite nicely.
But you can see that I'm kind of pushing it down, pulling it back.
Yes.
So that's sort of what you're going for. Right, and then once you've got your dough, you pop it into your bowl and you leave it for about an hour to rise, and it should double in size.
Okay.
Once that's done, you're going to shape it into your loaf shape and pop it in your tin, and you're going to let it rise a second time.
Oh, okay.
So if it's nice and warm outside, it'll rise very, very
quickly.
easily. And that's your loaf shape. And then just to finish it off, we're going to drizzle it with some honey.
Would that be after the baking process is done or before?
This is before,
Before the baking
so
process?
So after the second rising process, before you put it in the oven, add your honey and then some additional oats and sunflower seeds.
Oh my goodness.
So we've got lovely crunch on top. And then you bake that at 180 degrees for 45 minutes.
Excellent.
And you're done.
All right, SMS the keyword Clover to 33728. Let's give you a quick recap of how we made this delicious loaf.
Creamier taste and bigger fruit pieces. Fruits of the Forest Yogurt is made with love by Clover. Nothing is as comforting or as tasty as a loaf of freshly baked bread. Give this honey, oat and sunflower seed bread a try this week. Simple to make and perfect for the week's lunchboxes. Add 2 cups of bread flour to a mixing bowl, followed by a cup of whole wheat flour, 3/4 of a cup of sunflower seeds, half a cup of oats, a teaspoon of salt, a sachet of instant yeast, 30 ml of melted clover butter, 60 ml of honey, and a cup of lukewarm water. Stir to combine, and once you have a bread dough, knead until elastic and smooth, and leave to double in size. Put the dough in a greased loaf tin. Then drizzle over 2 tablespoons of honey and sprinkle over 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds and oats. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 40 to 50 minutes and you're done. Making your own bread is so easy to do and so rewarding to eat. This slightly sweet honeyed bread will be a hit with your family, so go ahead and bake too.
Made with love by Clover.
All right, SMS the keyword Clover to 33728. We have to show you a cross-section of this.
Still warm.
Oh, is it?
Goodness.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
So Clover to 33728. Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Beautiful stuff. And it looks beautifully
So soft.
fluffy, soft on the inside
delicious.
as well. I think you can cut up enough pieces for the rest of the guys on set.
Okay,
and,
I'm going to keep
sure
going.
they'd love to taste as well. You can keep on going. SMS Clover to 33728.
Creamier taste and bigger fruit pieces. Fruits of the Forest Yogurt is made with love by Clover.